Good morning, everybody. Dr. Anita here. You're riding in the car with the Cairo, and we are talking today about statins, cholesterol, and muscle pain. So I wanted to discuss this because I see this fairly often in my practice. I'm getting glare from my glasses, so I'll talk to you with them. When people go on statins because of quote-unquote their cholesterol numbers, they wind up in my office down the road because they're having muscular pain, specifically in their legs. And my first question to folks who are on these statins is, what are your numbers? Well, my numbers are good now that I'm on them. What were your numbers? Well, when we look at the numbers in blood work, back when I started in practice 30 years ago, normal total cholesterol was 220 to 240. They have lowered those numbers down to, they want you down around 180. Well, let's first talk about what is cholesterol. What does it do in our bodies? First of all, we don't get high cholesterol because our diet stinks. I'm not saying you should eat poorly and take that risk factor, but diet really doesn't reflect the cholesterol in your body. The cholesterol in your body is reflected by how your body produces or doesn't produce cholesterol. Cholesterol is a protection or an insulation to the nervous system, meaning it surrounds our brain, it surrounds our spinal cord, and it surrounds all of our nerves in our body. So if you think of a wire that has a rubber coating around it so that you don't get electrocuted, right? We have that coating of cholesterol. It's a fat coating that protects our most precious thing, which is our nerve system or our life system. When we lower our cholesterols through drug therapy, what happens is we decrease the ability for our body to produce the appropriate amount of cholesterol, and we decrease the amount of protection we have on our nerve system, meaning around our brain, meaning around our spinal cord, meaning around our spinal nerves, and wherever they go, like down our arms into our hands or down our butt into our leg, or it can affect our heart, our liver, our spleen, our kidney, our gallbladder, whatever, right? So first, are the numbers really valid just because they moved the parameters? Who are they? We know who they are. They're the companies that manufacture these products, right? And I don't want to say because it puts me in Facebook jail. But these companies have moved the parameters, and all the providers that write those prescriptions follow along instead of understanding that that doesn't make sense. And why was the norms different 30 years ago than they are now, and yet we have more cardiovascular disease now than we had then? It just doesn't add up. And so the other thing we need to look at when we're looking at our blood work, when you have a complete blood panel, is with regards to the LDLs, which is the bad cholesterol, and the HDLs, which is the good cholesterol. And research says while your LDLs, the bad cholesterol, can be extremely high, and that's considered dangerous, if your HDLs, the good cholesterol, is high and producing the way it's supposed to, it cancels out the negative effect of the LDLs. So you don't go on medication, or you shouldn't go on medication because the LDLs are too high if the doctor doesn't put into consideration the ratio of the HDLs and them canceling out the negative effect of the LDLs. I know it sounds like I'm talking in circles, but I'm really not. So total cholesterol, 220 to 240, they will medicate you, and it's unnecessary, right? And so you really need to look at this, and the drug of choice is typically statins, and the main side effect of statins is muscular pain, specifically in the extremities. You also get winded. You get winded walking a very short distance when you're on these particular medications. Why? Because it's a side effect. All medications have side effects, and you have to look at, are there other ways for you to reduce your total cholesterol if it's high? And high to me means over 300. Anything less than that, I'm not too concerned because we can tweak it with diet, right? LDLs, I'm not concerned about if your HDLs are in the normal value. So we got to look at the whole picture and not just treat parts of the picture because your body's all intermingled and connected. So you really got to look at that. And have you tried getting off of those medications to see if your numbers will go back to normal on their own? Will they adapt? So let's say your numbers were extremely dangerously high and you have a genetic predisposition towards cholesterol issues, heart attack, stroke, etc. And the doctor puts you on them appropriately. Have they ever tried to take you off of them and see if your body is able to adapt naturally? No. Nobody comes into my office telling me that they've done that. Well, I'm here to tell you it is possible. Do you have to do some things? Yeah. You have to eat right. You have to get your body in motion. But how do you get your body in motion if by taking these medications you wind up with muscle pain? You can't. So you're going to have to step up and advocate for yourself. I'd love to help you along that path. I cannot tell you not to take a medication, nor will I tell you not to take a medication. But the side effects outweigh the value. We need to look at things a little bit differently. And most importantly, if your brain and your nervous system is not free of interference because you have subluxations in your spine, bone out of alignment, guess what? Nothing you do on the outside in is going to work until the inside out is working the way it's designed to. And only a chiropractor looks for that, and I'm the only place that's going to take care of that. So, this is Dr. Anita from Mylan Family Chiropractic Center right here in Bayville. You've been riding in the car with the Chiro. We're talking about statins, cholesterol, muscle pain. We've got solutions for you. Come on in and check us out. Hope you have a great day and get outside and enjoy the sun. We finally have sun and blue skies. See you on the next ride.